Tunisia is implementing the voluntary layoff program for civil servants. The plan aims to cut at least 120,000 public sector jobs by 2020. 50,000 civil servants were expected to opt out of service in the last 12 months. However, less than 10,000 have registered for the program. The government has now threatened to force layoffs in the public sector. Chaouachi reports.
1 year after the beginning of the national voluntary layoff program, the plan has failed to reach its main objective. Tunisian authorities warned that the state's main economic reform could be forceful layoffs.
The state has given incentives to civil servants to leave the public administration 3 years before the legal retirement age. The government will preserve the rights and pension of Tunisians who choose to retire at 57. Otherwise, the government will have to impose retirement. This is a necessary economic reform.
Tunisia has one of the highest public service wage bills in Africa and the world. Accordingly, authorities could save up to $250 million in 3 years if the layoff program takes off successfully.
Tunisia is under pressure from the International Monetary Fund to reduce public sector wage bill. There are over 700,000 civil servants. The voluntary or forced layoff program is meant to trim public sector wage bill, which absorbs half of total expenditure.
The public opinion in Tunisia is divided. Many people want to work until 2020, while others have already retired.
I will not retire at 57. I will not accept the forced retirement plan.
The early retirement plan will revive the economy. I've worked for 39 years. I think it's enough.
As part of the early retirement package, the government has pledged to fund startups owned by civil servants who opt for the voluntary scheme for the next 2 years. Less than 1% of government employees who applied for early retirement have set up their own businesses. Many analysts believe that the government initiative is ambitious but unrealistic in a country where the unemployment rate has reached 15.3% and where less than 10% of young university graduates suffer for years before creating their own enterprises. Chaouachi, CGTN, Tunis.